The Hon Kieran McAnulty.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Associate Minister for Housing, does he stand by his statement that, quote, emergency housing will always be available as a last resort for those who need it, end quote?
The Honourable Tama, Potaka.
In the context in which that statement was made, yes, emergency housing was intended to be our last resort, not the first resort, and it remains a last resort in most towns and cities in Aotearoa, New Zealand, for those with a general need for short-term stay and temporary accommodation.
Supplementary. Is the Minister saying that those that are homeless in Auckland, which has risen 53% in only 4 months, aren't in genuine need of emergency housing?
There are many people with a genuine need for emergency housing in New Zealand, and there continues to be transitional housing places in Auckland.
Supplementary. Is he saying that those that are homeless in Wellington, which has risen over 40%, aren't in genuine need of emergency housing?
I'm also saying that there are a number of programs and pathways for those that are either homeless or with severe housing deprivation to actually reset their situation. For example, Housing First, rapid rehousing, transitional housing, single-site supported housing, and even private housing that people can access by way of housing support products, which continue to be supported by this government.
Supplementary. Is he saying that frontline providers, the very people who administer those programs and pathways he just outlined, are wrong when they provide him with examples of people unable to access emergency housing because of the policy changes that he brought in?
I can observe, as does the census from data from 2018 to 2023, that severe housing deprivation actually increased over 10% during those 5 years. And I can also observe that those providers which the member refers to also have the opportunity to engage on these other programs which I've enunciated in my previous answer.
Supplementary. Will he therefore meet and engage with frontline providers with cameras present so that everyone can see, and tell those... Shall I start again, sir?
There are no comments while the question is being asked. Start again.
Thank you. Will he meet with frontline providers with cameras present so everyone can see, and tell those very people who are dealing with increased homelessness every day, looking them in the eye and saying that he is right and they are wrong?
I sense and completely understand the members and the opposition's frustration at our successful delivery and commitment around over 3,000 children leaving emergency housing in the last 15 months and 2,000 by way of the Priority 1 decision making. And I sense the members' frustration that his opposition, when they were in government, were unable to deliver on these matters. But however, I am very proud on the efforts that we've taken. Officials continue to monitor the situations that have been described, and I do too also engage with housing providers and others on these very issues.